everybody, and welcome back to Ethers. I mentioned in the end of the last episode that we're going to do Celestial Check-In as a separate little vibe now, separate little playlist, so that way you guys can always kind of get the energy read and check in um, more with more accessibility. Just trying to find words. Chloe English would be great. So
That's
yeah,
the
we're gonna
correct one.
I love when that happens for me. But yeah, you know what the deal is. You already know what's up. Baby over here is gonna go into the Astrolo-Tea. I'm gonna go into the tarot talk, and then we're gonna end it off with the songs of the week. So go ahead, babe.
So, as the release of this episode, May 30th, right? So, that current energy for that day would be the Gemini Sun and Leo Moon, right? So, shit, even the beginning of that week, right? It's going to be a lot of mixed emotions because the beginning of that week is going to be like Gemini, like Cancer moonish energy where it's like people are self-indulging in themselves, where it's like, I need to tap in with myself, and it's gonna be a lot of whining going on in the beginning of the week. And then at the end of the week, it's gonna be like, well, I need to stand up for myself. I released those waters, now I'm back in it like I never left, right? So this is a typical combination. If you are an actual Gemini sun with a Leo moon, this is gonna benefit you here. So this is gonna bring out more charismatic values. If you don't already have charisma, it's gonna want you to tap into those type of energies, more dynamic, explosive energies where it's like new ideas. It's gonna be a lot of fights. Like not physical. It may be a lot more debating as well. Like a lot of frustrating energies going on,
Hmm.
or it may be a lot of teamwork. Like it's gonna motivate y'all to come together and be like create something new, right? Um, a lot of confident boosting around this time. Uh, Typically I like this combination, even though I was kind of ragging on Leos earlier. But I kind of like this combination because it brings out a certain energy out of a person where it's like it's not cocky because it can turn into that. You can also be scornful during this time where it's like, oh, I got a point to prove. I got a thorn on my side, so I'm like, hold up, bro. You're gonna crash and burn before you start the car, brother. So just be careful during this time. There might be some rowdiness going on, even on a physical level. Who knows, But just in that case, just in case that energy is out there. So y'all just be careful out there. Wear your esoteric jackets, all right, your raincoats, because it might be raining brimstone that weekend. Yeah, because it's Friday, right? That
Yeah.
Friday, yeah, that whole weekend is gonna be kind of hectic. So that's the weather for that weekend. So
Thanks for the weather report, babe.
you're welcome.
I love the astrology weather report. I
Oh
should
yeah, that's
definitely.
actually my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie.
It's always fun because I feel like I'm that person. Like, if you've ever seen Mean Girls, like, she's like, my boobs are telling me it's gonna rain. I feel like I'm that person. Like, energetically, I feel something, but I don't know.
You know what? It's crazy what I'm about to say. You're gonna be like, "What the hell?" So I think like last year, I don't know if I can say this, but I'm gonna kind of
It's
censor
a
it.
safe space. Who cares?
So I seen a post that this girl made, and she was like, kind of like in the sense of what you said, right? She was like, "Oh, I don't need to actually look at the stars or whatever. I could just tell by my boobs what esoteric weather is gonna be." I was like, "Shit, I can tell what sign you are by your nipples." I was just kidding, right? I was like, "Okay, cool." I left the status, people laughing and shit. 2 days later, this random chick was like, "What sign am I?" I was like, "Oh shit, I'm
She
at
sent you
work."
her nipples?
Yeah, I was like, damn, she thought I was serious. I just said, you know what? My jester ass. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go along with this. You are a Aries, and she's like, no, I'm a Scorpio. I was like, I was close enough because they're ruled by
But I
Mars.
got you sent a boob pic though, bitch. The
You
fuck?
know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. I was like, nice boobs. But
Uh,
I was just like, wow. Yeah, that's crazy work.
that's comedy. No one be sending my man their boobs.
Oh, now I'm just nah, no. I'm gonna tell her about it though first before I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna open this because this says image. I'm
I just know that you're hot and people watch this and they're gonna be like, oh, I wonder if he can tell by my nipples. I'm like, don't make me come over there.
nah, I'm not gonna check it, y'all. I'm gonna tell her about it. Like, hey, some people are sending
I
me
bet
this.
I intuitively can tell by their nipples.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna send you the pics. What the hell? I'm not gonna harbor that for myself.
You know what? I came off kind of, like I didn't want that, but I don't think I'd be mad at some tit pics.
I mean, it's not like I'm asking for them. I never, hey, disclaimer, I never asked for,
No, that girl did that on her own volition.
I swear, like, I could show you the message. Like, that shit
That
was crazy work.
that's pretty funny though that she took that seriously.
It blew
But
me out the water.
well, she was probably serious about the fact that she could do it from boobs. So she probably just was like, this man ain't lying.
Hey.
That was a fun little story sidetrack. But we're gonna dive into tarot talk. Dee dee dee.
Yay.
I'm shuffling next. Now I'm just gonna be wondering. Now I'm just gonna be thinking about nipples all day. It's funny. I guess there's worse things to think about,
Yeah, right.
like why men have nipples.
I always wonder that. That just proves that the woman came first.
I think it just means that God loves the way nipples look.
Yeah, but he could have took it off of us though.
Yeah, clearly he loved nipples and was like, everyone gets them.
Like even if y'all's boobs don't work, you still get nips though. I'm like, all right, bet. Sometimes I forget I have nipples. Like when I stretch and like, oh shit, oh yeah, I forgot. It's like forgetting you have tats. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot I got tatted.
I just didn't think I've ever heard anyone say like I forget I have nipples. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're I have no use for them. It's like you forget. Like,
I look at my tits and nipples every day.
I mean, nice,
So I never forget.
nice. I mean, of course, when I take a shower, I know I have nipples. Like, it ain't that crazy.
No, I get what you mean though. You're like, oh, like it's just not something on your mind every day, but that's pretty funny. Oh my God, wait, stop, shut up. Okay, we're
You
getting
feel
into
the nipple
tarot
part?
talk now. In a
Sorry.
way, might as well
The
be.
lovers?
Tell me why High Priest is on the bottom and this conflict with the Five of Swords is literally sticking out. I knew as soon as you said there was like gonna be like conflict energies like that. Something in me was like Five of Swords is gonna come out.
Oh, can you explain the Five of Swords for the audience?
Yes. So sorry, you know how we were talking about the other day how like not a lot of shit surprises me anymore and I don't really have like major reactions to anything. The fact that I had the download while you were talking and then this happened, like I had the download, me High Priestess, and then the cards right here. I'm just so fucking gooped. Anyway, yeah, so Five of Swords is can either be conflict within yourself or conflict with others. So it's a little bit of deception, it's like going behind people's back, it's like a little bit of betrayal, um, a little bit of yeah, just more like deceptive energy. So like if you look at the card here, he's like basically kind of collecting the swords in like more than one. So it's like, oh, like you turned your back for a second. I'm a prep to fight. I'm a grab a couple type of vibe. So it just gives very like the what was the sign that you said kind of does this? I think it was like Libra, where it's like later on they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, I did that because I was getting back at you. That's kind of the energy of this card a little bit, which is very interesting to have that right off the bat. So good. All right, Spirit. What else? Oh, that flew right out. Five of Pentacles is here with the devil on the bottom. Lovely.
Whoa, kind of settling or suiting, I should say, because yeah, a lot of conflict.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of conflict. It's a lot of like if you feel like in certain relationships in your life you're feeling neglected or like left out in the cold or you're just lacking in a certain area, just be aware of the fact that this is the devil. Okay, these are your limiting beliefs, the subconscious thoughts that have been programmed into your mind, and not as it's not all as it seems because like you can see in the Five of Pentacles here, they're looking down, like walking, feeling like they're fucked essentially, and that there's like nothing to help them. But if they had like turned towards the window here, they would have seen that they had some sort of stability and like hope and something to believe in. But this devil energy is going to keep you feeling the way that were feeling before as this like program, where like there's no point to think anything else because this is how it's always been. It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop a little bit. Yeah, literally. And then I cut to the Ten of Pentacles.
Whoa.
So it's saying like, don't, not all hope is lost kind of energy. Like there's probably more than you think there is. The lovers.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
That's why I said like in relationships when you feel like you're being left out in the cold, like it's not always necessarily true. Like, and I think that when we're feeling like, oh, someone doesn't like us, right? I'm worried about what they think about me. I feel like I'm being abandoned. Like it might not be true. You might actually have a very fruitful, stable relationship, and you might just be getting in your head about it a little bit because maybe you have a stronger connection than your brain thinks. That's why it's good to drop into like your intuition sometimes because it's that loving, calm voice of spirit source, universe being like, "No, you're good. Like you have fruitful relationships. Why you tripping? Why you tripping?" Ten of Swords comes out.
Ooh. Explain.
So, and it came out with the chariot, which is really funny too. So, this is kind of like don't go running with the thought that doesn't feel good to you. Don't full steam ahead be like, nah, they don't like me. Like, I'm no good. I'm worthless. Like, don't let someone else's opinion of you push you into a spiral,
Mm.
kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah, Four of Cups came out. Three of Swords came out. Judgment came out. Yeah. A lot of the time is like your people are carrying things that aren't even theirs anyway. So yeah, Four of Swords is on the bottom here. And then the Four of Cups came out with Three of Swords. So again, this is very much kind of reaffirming that not all hope is lost. You maybe trained yourself in this vibration of looking at what you're lacking because you're feeling this pain and betrayal and maybe avoiding healing a little bit that you won't even see when love does offer itself to you. If you're always looking at what isn't happening or how people aren't treating you, you're not going to see if it changes because you're so focused on what's not changing. Does that make sense? So that's kind of the energy there. And Spirit calls judgment on that shit real quick with this Nine of Pentacles saying, like, if you believe that you're lucky and abundant and independent and strong and happy and healthy, wealthy and blessed, that will be reflected back to you. But if you're constantly in this, like, woe is me, I'm burdened by other people's energies, and you're on this campaign of my life sucks, people suck, it never gets
Emphasis on
better.
pain.
Yeah, like it's if you don't heal that, other people definitely aren't going to heal it for you, you know? Literally. And I cut to like Seven of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. You're not going to be in this happy feeling of all is well if you don't put in that work to balance yourself and give yourself the emotional love and support you need with that Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups and then Ace of Swords right behind it. That's like, hey, there's truth and you're not seeing it. And celebrate the connections you do have. Because I kind of cut to here. Three of Cups, Strength, Two of Cups, and then Nine of Swords. Like, you're not going to be able to revel in the victory of strong relationships that you've cultivated for yourself by being strong and healing what you needed to heal if you're still in this place where you think everything is going wrong and that you don't have the stability you need with this Four of Wands. Like it just won't happen. So give yourself some grace. Know that what you've been through in the past doesn't necessarily have to repeat. And pay attention to how you feel most, because if you can align yourself, then usually the people around you, either they'll leave if they can't keep up, or you just don't care anymore and you're, living your best life, become more neutral. But I think that's it for tarot talk. That about sums up
That was
my
awesome.
spirit guide advice and guidance and energy. And baby, I'll let you hop right into song of the week and give me your song while I put these away and grab my songs.
So I got this song called never heard of this song, but it's called Gold by Marina and the Diamonds.
I feel like I've heard that song, but I don't actually know it off the top of my head.
It's basically about not selling out, owning up to one's identity, especially towards capitalism, regardless of monetary benefits. So it's a lot of selfless energy in that song, which kind of relates too, because Gemini and Leo energy is very independent, very independent. So that makes sense.
That does make sense. I had a couple. I'm gonna start. I don't know why I haven't heard this song, but Girls in the Hood by Megan Thee Stallion gives like boss energy,
Ain't she a
cleverness.
Leo?
She might be, but it is Leo level confidence, that song.
That's
And
for sure.
it said, it's a very Gemini level delivery. So I'm definitely gonna listen to it after this. So that's my one song. My next song that honestly gave me real like airy Gemini, but like the Leo's like melancholy was Good Days by SZA, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. Very like vulnerable and reflective, like just wanting to be in this state of bliss in a way. Another SZA song is Love Galore with Travis Scott. That gives like flirty detachment, emotional depth, very Gemini Leo love spiral intertwined. And last but not least is another one of my favorite songs, which is Free Mind by Thames. And I feel like that definitely gives Leo's like desire for clarity and peace, and Gemini's like mental spirals, just wanting something like powerful and, freeing.
And also Meg Thee Stallion is a Leo moon also, but
T.
she's an Aquarius sun. So a lot of conflicting energies there, regardless, because those are opposites. So that makes sense.
Very interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our little celestial check-in and you guys like that we're kind of doing it separately. And if you guys hate it, tell us, and maybe we'll start factoring it back in for the
I
other
think
one.
it would be a cool little spinoff because what if someone actually just wants the celestial check-in, or
That
like
was that was my thought.
let's say they actually want to see the whole thing, but when they go back, it's like, oh, I just need this part at the end. I want to hear them songs. Then it's like, we got it right here for you, brother and sister. Just
Yeah, just know, guys, I heard your energetic call and spirit said separate it, ho. So that's what I'm doing.
word, word. Well, I think that's it for today, huh?
Yeah, enjoy your guys' Friday, May 30th, and we'll see y'all in June.
Bye.
Bye.